Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Big welcome to this celebration of Europe Day. Maybe I should be nice and just say, this is Europe. This is universal Europe. My God, what a way of representing it. Really bravo to the Young Musicians Symphony Orchestra and to the Royal Ballet School for amazing performances and for reminding us what harmony and grace is. So many, many thanks. And this is what we aspire to be. But of course, I'm not going to be charitable with you, and I will say a few words explaining the significance of the day. But first of all, big welcome to all of you. Many thanks for joining us in this celebration. Big welcome as well to Lord Mayor of the City of London. Dear Alistair, thank you so much for joining me here. It's an honor to have you with us today, and that you'll be also addressing our guests here. Minister Nick Thomas-Symonds should also have been with us on this podium. Unfortunately, last-minute complications prevented him from coming, and he asked me to extend to you his warm regards. Dear friends, again, I will start by thanking wholeheartedly the Young Musicians Symphony Orchestra and the young dancers of the Royal Ballet School for the amazing performances we have just enjoyed. And many thanks to the conductor, to James Blair, and the iconic Roger Bramble, who's probably, I cannot see from here, but a very visible, right now invisible man, and chairperson and founder of the orchestra, and really is contributing so much to culture in the UK and for European culture. I want to send him from here a big hug. There is a true European culture, as there are common European values and interests. And before entering more in depth into my messages, I also want to express gratitude to a number of sponsors who are bringing to us food and drink today, and which is a testament to Europe's culinary culture. And I want to thank concretely Diageo and the Embassy of Ireland, Italy and the Embassy of Italy, Talo Domar and the Embassy of Portugal, Julius Meinl and the Embassy of Austria, Geneviève Chocolatier and Luxembourg House, Budweiser, Budvar and the Embassy of the Czech Republic, Commandaria and the High Commission of Cyprus, and Haika and Trida Wines and the Embassy of Poland. Thank you for making our day even more tasteful and savory and enjoyable. Dear friends, unfortunately, this European culture has not always been followed by political harmony. Our continent has suffered horrible wars throughout history. This was notably the case in the 20th century. But today we celebrate a famous speech by then Foreign Minister of France, Robert Schuman, pronounced on May 9th, 1950, to mark precisely 5 years after the end of World War II in Europe. This speech proposed to replace confrontation by cooperation and solidarity among European nations. The French Foreign Minister, as other enlightened politicians of the era, understood that this could not be done overnight. It required a process. Schuman proposed to start by launching cooperation on what had fueled the engines of conflict. The European Community for Coal and Steel was thus created in 1951, to be followed in 1957 by the European Economic Community. You all know, from that point, the European Union of today has grown in breadth and scope over the years, often responding to challenges and crises. There is barely any area of government activity where member states are not cooperating or exchanging information to serve more effectively collective and national interests. From 6 original member states, today, 27 European nations integrate the European Union, and 10 more are actively working to join. But the European Union is not an inward-facing project. It is an open project for cooperation not only within Europe, but also with the world at large. It was not built against any country. It was built to bring prosperity and preserve peace through cooperation with all countries in Europe, first and foremost, but also beyond. The last years have been particularly challenging. With Russia's aggression against Ukraine, war has returned to Europe. Conflicts in Africa and the Middle East bring suffering to millions of human beings. Geopolitical tensions have increased, and the commitment towards a global community has lost part of its vigor. Internal tensions within nations often push towards more defensive attitudes rather than enhanced engagement and cooperation. In this context, the relationship between the United Kingdom and the European Union acquires renewed significance for both sides. We're working together to achieve peace for Ukraine and ultimately a secure Europe free from conflict. We're also engaged more globally to address international challenges together with partners across the world. A major summit bringing together for the first time since the United Kingdom left the European Union the leaders of the UK and the EU will take place, as you know, on May 19th. The summit will be the culmination of enhanced contacts at the highest levels since the July 2024 elections. Intense work is underway to ensure a significant outcome covering areas from security and defense to growth and prosperity. At the heart of our efforts is the interest of our citizens, including in particular those European Union nationals who live in the United Kingdom and United Kingdom nationals living in the European Union. You have all been reading press speculations on possible summit outcomes. I cannot comment, of course, on any of this today, but will certainly invite you to retain the most positive elements while waiting for the final results. These will be announced in less than a fortnight. The European Union-United Kingdom relationship is far from being a zero-sum game. It brings win-win outcomes. There is barely any area of engagement where the interest to advance is not of mutual benefit. A strong United Kingdom is good for the European Union, as a strong European Union is good for the United Kingdom. And both working together make an important contribution to peace and security in Europe and across the world. Dear friends, I will be traveling with a number of ambassadors from EU member states to Liverpool tomorrow, guests of Lord Mayor of Liverpool, as part of our Schuman commemorations. We endeavor to celebrate this Europe Month across the United Kingdom with more than 80 events being planned. Last week, I had the privilege of launching these celebrations in Bradford. It is an honor to represent the European Union in the United Kingdom. I thank all of you for your engagement with me and my team during the last year, and I look forward to continue developing our friendship and cooperation. I will now give the floor to the Lord Mayor of the City of London, the Right Honourable Alistair King. The relationship with the City of London ensures a crucial bond between the European Union and the United Kingdom in working for international financial stability and security. Many thanks.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's an enormous joy to be here with you all today. My name is Alistair King. I have the great honour to be the 696th Lord Mayor of London. To be Lord Mayor of London, you become the global ambassador for the United Kingdom's financial, professional, legal and maritime services. You have to go around the world doing two things. One, to attract foreign direct investment into those remarkable sectors of our economy. But the other thing is to kick British businesses to go in places such as the ones you come from, to go do more business there, to deepen the economic ties. And so there are equal responsibilities, and it's a remarkable privilege to be able to do this particular role. It's a great joy to be with you all here this afternoon as we celebrate Europe Day and 75 years since the presentation of the Schuman Declaration, a monumental effort to pool resources and align ambitions to ensure that the horrors of the past were never repeated on the European continent. 3/4 of a century on, and the success of the Declaration is clear to see, not just in the many years in which peace and prosperity has reigned throughout Europe, but in the enduring health of our shared values, free from free trade to the rule of law. And of course, in the exchange of people, ideas, knowledge, from which each corner of our continent benefits. As Lord Mayor of London, I have the great privilege of seeing these mutually fruitful exchanges on a daily basis, both here in the United Kingdom and on my frequent travels abroad. Indeed, just last week, I was in Switzerland meeting with Swiss businesses and the ancient Zunft of Zurich. Well, next month, I look forward to visiting Sweden and Finland to reaffirm our business ties and the bonds of friendship we enjoy with our Nordic counterparts. This beautiful hall itself is a physical demonstration of what can be achieved through that cross-pollination of skills and enterprise. Its architect, Thomas Archer, bucking the trend and taking inspiration not from his esteemed British contemporaries like Nicholas Hawksmoor, but from his companions on the continent, notably the Italian Baroque artists of Venice and Rome. While we meet this afternoon to celebrate 75 years of European unity, we of course do so under the cloud of heightened global tensions. Conflict tests the resolve and durability of our international alliances. Climate change pushes our resourcefulness and adaptability to the limit, while turbulent supply chains and rapid development of emerging technologies force us to learn and evolve at breakneck speed. The financial instability all of us are experiencing here in London and across Europe knows no borders. But given the close geographic, cultural, familial ties that bind us all, ties that cut across borders, languages and time zones, both in and outside the European Union, we have so much common ground upon which to support one another. The United Kingdom will always be an outward-looking nation that seeks to work with global partners, demonstrated again just yesterday by the completion of our major free trade agreement with India. London, with it's the world's #1 financial centre. It's a proud European connections. It remains buoyed by better working relations with the European Union and the United Kingdom. We're so pleased that those relationships have become so much better. And will forever be a close, mutually enforcing partner to our European friends, whether in business, science, academia, sports, or the arts. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank not only His Excellency Ambassador Serrano for hosting us here today, but the entire diplomatic and European community who are such an immeasurable good for London and the United Kingdom as a whole. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Lord Mayor, dear Alistair. Thank you very much for those very thoughtful words. To conclude this part of our celebration, and sorry, I do hope you have glasses in your hands. To conclude this, which makes it very difficult to clap, by the way, unless you found something, a revolutionary technique. I hope you'll teach me. But to conclude this part of our celebration, I invite you now to raise your glasses with us to friendship, to cooperation, and to His Majesty, King Charles III, to the King. Thank you. Thank you.